All right, 7th grade. We're at example 3 here, converting fractions to percents. You can see I have my calculator here. You're allowed to use a calculator on these. They're actually quite easy with a calculator. So to convert a fraction to a percent, all you got to do is you take the numerator and divide it by the denominator. So I do in my calculator 1 divided by 5. I do that. I get 0.2. And then what you got to do is just move your decimal to the right 2 places. I move it to the right 2 places, and that is 20%. 1/5, 20%. Think about it. If you took a quiz, you got a 1 out of 5 on it, you'd get a 20%. 6/13. You do that. Now that's not going to come out even. That's going to be a repeating decimal that goes on and on. We are rounding to the nearest tenth for all of these. So always assume round to the nearest tenth unless you were told otherwise. So 6/13 is 0.4615. I'm going to put 4 digits after the decimal, and the reasoning is that'll help me for rounding purposes. So I move my decimal 1 2 places. That's now 46.15%. But again, I want to round to the nearest tenth for all of these things. So I look at my percent, 0.15, look at the 1, that's the 10th spot. I look at the next number, it's a 5, tells me to round up, so it's 46.2%. 46.2%. So 8/5. You do 8 divided by 5, you're going to get 1.6. Again, it's always top number divided by bottom number, numerator divided by denominator. You're not doing the little divided by big. So with this one, we get 1.6. Move our decimal 2 places to the right. This becomes 160%. Fill in a 0 there, you get 160%. Again, percentages can be over 100. And anytime you have a numerator that is larger than the denominator, you are going to get a percentage that is over 100. All right, 5/8. Again, you're just going to do 5 divided by 8. When I divide by 8, we're getting 0.625. I get 0.65. I move my decimal 2 places. That is 62.5%. Finally, 13/30. Again, I'm just using my calculator. Numerator divided by the denominator, top number divided by bottom. So 13 divided by 30. This is another one where it's a repeating decimal. I get 0.4333. Again, I do 4 digits after the decimal. Then when I move my decimal 2 places, 1, 2, 43.33%. Got to round that to the nearest tenth. I look at the 3. The 3 has a 3 after it, so it's not going to be rounded up. So it'll be 43.3%. Now, I know some of you are looking at that, and why can't we use a repeating symbol? You technically could, but because the directions are going to be round to the nearest tenth, you don't put the repeating symbol, just round it to the nearest tenth. All right, that was example 3. We've got one more, example 4. We will be right back.